today's session on ARUtils, we look at how we can renumber items within Revit. It's a common task that we all face at some stage, whether that's renumbering doors, windows, rooms, car parking spaces. There's a whole range of things that we'll need to renumber at some point, and ARUtils provides a range of tools to make that process much easier. Okay, so let's start by looking at renumbering rooms. So we'll just click on that, and with the renumber rooms command we can apply a bit of a template to how we want our rooms renumbered. So we're currently on level 1, so we'll want all of our rooms to be prefixed with 1 dot. We could have L1 dot. We can specify what start number we want to have, so we'll just say 1, and we can also specify how many places that room number value will have. So if we say 2, then room 1 would be room 01. So there's some more things about renumbering associated items over here, but for now we'll just say renumber, and we'll pick our rooms, and you can see here room 2 is 1.02. So we'll just quickly do the other ones. And so we've now chained a series of rooms, renumbered them all, and we'll just exit out of that. And so our rooms are now renumbered. So occasionally you will in fact need to add additional rooms. Say for example we realized we'd forgotten to give this room a number. So we now want room 104 to become 105 and so on. So here we can use not that command, but rather the batch renumber rooms. So we then get a list of the rooms that we've got, and you'll see here we've got our 1.04 to 9. So what we can do now is simply pick those rooms, and we can say increment that by plus or minus. So if we deleted a room, we could use a -1 value. Once again, we've got this associated items checkboxes. We'll ignore that for now, and I'll just say process, and it now tells us that room 1.09 is now 1.10 and so on. So we'll just say apply, and you'll see now we've got office 105, lunchroom 103, and we can now add in that 104 room. So nice and easy to do that. If we had multiple rooms that we needed to insert, we could have used a larger increment here. So nice and easy to add extra rooms. Now you'll see here that we've got doors numbered D1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. That can make it very difficult to in fact find a specific door, and so the numbering convention that I prefer for doors is to in fact use part of the room number as part of the door number. So let's just go into renumber doors, and here we can build up a slightly different approach to the prefix, but here you can see that with the setup that we have of D dot followed by the room number followed by a dash and a numeric, we'd then get something like D dot 11. Let's just change that to 1.01, and you'll see now that we would in fact get D.1.01-1. If we preferred, we could have it as an alphabetic end value. We could get rid of that split, and we can say renumber doors. So if we hit renumber doors, we pick a room, pick a door, and keep picking doors, but because there was only one door for that room, we've hit escape. We'll click on that room, and now you'll see that we've got a D 1.03A and 03B, and in this case we've got a 1.01A. So nice consistent naming conventions. Of course, we could have just done a much easier thing, hit renumber doors, hit renumber all doors, and we get a little warning message, and it now tells us that it's updated various doors to use that new number format that we've specified. And you'll see that we've basically got all of our doors numbered to match our rooms. We might have to drag some tags out of the locations they're in. However, you can see that it's been a very simple and easy process. Okay, so you've seen how we can renumber doors quite easily to match our rooms. We can also renumber windows to match our rooms, and if we've got any notes that contain a room number in them, we can also get those to update. So if we go back to our renumber rooms command, we'll say what number we want a room to be, and so let's just start it off with 30, and we'll say renumber doors, windows, views and notes. So any door items, window items, views with a room number as part of their name, or any notes that have the room number as part of the text of that note, they will also be updated when I renumber a room. So let's just say renumber, pick that room, and you'll see now that our windows have updated as far as their numbers go. That note has been updated, and of course the room and the doors have also been updated. So very quick and easy to have all of the items that are typically likely to relate to a room to still maintain that association. So one thing to point out is that your room numbers do need to be significant enough that it's not going to lead to false positives. So for example, you don't want a room with just one to be renumbered to 1.30 and have every item that is number 1 in the project to also be changed to 1.30. So you do need to have things of sufficient uniqueness. Without that, you'd just be renumbering and changing values throughout the entire project. So whilst you can see that there's a benefit in having room numbering being associated with windows, doors, elevations and notes, sometimes you just want to renumber quite simple things. So if we wanted to, for example, redo our windows, we could just use a standard renumber anything, and here you'll be specifying the prefix. So let's say we use W for window. What is our starting number or our starting letter? So we can actually say start numbering from A or AA. So you've got quite an ability there to do quite complex patterns. So we also specify what parameter we're using to increment. So you may have a specific parameter for an item which is a briefing number or something such as that. You can set that parameter. So we'll just hit renumber in this case, and we can just go around clicking on windows, and you actually click on the windows rather than the tag itself. go around, and if you want to renumber some other item, you would stop that, and maybe we're going to do furniture, and we'll set our start number to 1, and we'll say renumber. And in this case, the items aren't tagged. However, if I now select that item, you'll see that the mark for that furniture item is F1, and likewise F2, F3. So a lot of flexibility there. If we wanted to do the whole thing of renumbering alphabetically, we can say renumber anything, and we'll say A. So doesn't make as much sense in this case, but you can see that you can specify one of 3 different letter sequences. So if we're using a capital Z, the next one in the sequence would be AA, then AB, then AC. Alternatively, we can have that Z goes to capital A, lowercase a. And finally, we could have Z to AA, BB, CC. So we won't actually get that far in this case, so we'll just say renumber. We'll pick our windows again, and as you can see, it said don't select tag items, select the item being tagged. So we'll say renumber, and you'll see here that we've got that nice alphabetic sequence happening. So a real boon as to whatever type of renumbering you're doing. Of course, there are always other ways to renumber items, and one of those is to use the anything import export routine. This is quite nice in that we can specify, for example, that we want to export items from the Windows category. We want to export instances of those because we're going to look at changing the mark of all the items. So the only thing we want to actually export is the mark value. So we'll say pick parameters, we'll say export. We're presented with a list of the available parameters, and you can see here we've already got mark in our active parameters. So click OK. We'll just overwrite this file. It's a temporary sort of file. And we can click edit. And you'll see now that we've got a range of unique IDs as well as our marks. So let's just say we want to make it W1, and hopefully the benefits of Excel will give us all of these values. We'll save that off, and we'll then simply say import those values. We then get a list of what's been updated. So we'll click OK, we'll close it, and you'll see now that all of our windows have been renumbered in that particular format. So many ways to skin a cat as such. That actually concludes this session on renumbering. Hopefully you've learnt something and you'll be that little bit more productive in your day-to-day use of ARUtils. Thank you.